At least 90 people were killed and more than 50 others injured when explosives kept inside a building went off in Petalwad town in Jhabua district of Madhya Pradesh today. Earlier, police said that the explosion was caused by a cooking gas cylinder kept in the adjacent three-story building housing a hotel. State government has ordered an inquiry and has announced ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees each to the kin of the deceased and 50,000 rupees to those injured. Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Babulal Gaur visited the spot along with top bureaucrats and police officers. He said LPG cylinders kept in the restaurant exploded. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed pain over the loss of lives in the explosion in Jhabua. In Jammu and Kashmir, a top Lashkar-e-Taiba militant, Irshad Ghani, carrying a reward of 10 lakh rupees on his head, was today killed in an encounter with police and army in Pulwama district. The slain militant, Irshad Ghani, resident of Kapapora of Pulwama, was wanted for killing of 8 army men in Haidarpora in June 2013. Addressing the National Workshop on Citizen-Centric Governance, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the direct benefit transfer on LPG has saved 30% subsidy and has eliminated duplicate connections. He also said that India needs a sea change in terms of mindset on how the state deals with its citizens. He also said that every action of the government must be aimed at providing a better quality of life to the citizen. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Venkaiah Naidu said government is willing to advance the winter session of Parliament to pass the GST bill if a consensus is reached among political parties. The GST bill was passed in Lok Sabha, but the bill was stuck in the Rajya Sabha. The 3-day DG-level talks between BSF and Pakistan Rangers have concluded with the signing of the joint record of discussions. Talks ended on an optimistic note, with both sides agreeing on constant endeavour to maintain peaceful and tranquil borders. The centre ordered a probe into the death of the 7-year-old boy suffering from dengue after 2 private hospitals refused to admit him, and soon after his depressed parents jumped to death from a 4-story building, triggering outrage. The Union Health Minister JP Nadda said his ministry has sought a report from Delhi government on the issue by September 14. In a setback to nearly 2 lakh contractual teachers in primary schools across Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad High Court declared as illegal the state government's move to regularize them and appoint them as assistant teachers. The court ruled that the state government's move violated the norms laid down by the NCTE, as well as provisions of the Right to Education Act 2010. At least 3 people were killed, including 2 foreigners from United Kingdom and 10 others injured, when a chartered special train carrying tourists from Kalka to Shimla derailed at Taksal near Parwanu in Solan district of Himachal Pradesh. 2 women were killed and 3 others injured when 9 coaches of the Secunderabad-Mumbai Duronto Express derailed near Mathur village of Chittorpur Taluk in Karnataka today. The Railway Minister has announced ex gratia relief of 2 lakh rupees to the next of kin of those killed, 50,000 rupees to each of the grievously injured and 25,000 rupees to those with minor injuries. BJP's student wing, Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, which swept the Delhi Students' Union polls for the 2nd consecutive year today, credited the Modi wave and the party's student activism for the victory. The ABVP swept all 4 seats in the Delhi University students' elections. In international news, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi today asked Petroleum Minister Sharif Ismail to form a new government after Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlab and his cabinet resigned amid corruption investigation. Prime Minister Mahlab submitted his resignation to the cabinet and Sisi accepted it. Saudi-led coalition warplanes heavily bombarded rebel positions across the Yemeni capital today ahead of the expected UN-mediated peace talks. They targeted arms depots and military camps in the rebel-held capital northern districts. There were no immediate details of any casualties. Chinese authorities today put the final death toll at 173 in the country's worst industrial disaster in Tianjin port, as officials ended the search for the remaining 8 missing exactly a month after the incident, following a complete cleanup of the place. Fourth seed